More breaking updates coming in. Tamil Nadu has made the mask mandate and it is made it very, very necessary. Also imposing a fine of 500 rupees for those who end up flouting the mask rule in public. My colleague Dharani joins me live for more on this. Dharani, pretty much like the national capital, the mask mandate is back in Tamil Nadu as well.
Tamil Nadu Health Secretary Radhakrishnan today has ordered that rupees 500 fine would be collected from those who are not wearing masks in public places. This comes in the backdrop of a slight increase in the total daily positive cases that's being reported in the state. Yesterday, a total of 12 students tested positive for COVID in IIT, in Chennai IIT campus alone. And today, the total has gone to 30 with 18 more students testing positive. So in the backdrop of totally 30 students testing positive for COVID in the IIT campus alone, the Health Secretary has announced that rupees 500 fine would be collected from those who are not wearing masks in public places. In fact, the Directorate of Medical Education has released a set of guidelines to be followed in medical colleges. And I'm reading a very few important points from the guidelines. It is telling that COVID wards should be identified and kept in state of preparedness with adequate beds, equipments, oxygen facilities, hand sanitizers, face masks and disinfectants. And it is also telling that a working status of all the COVID equipment should be updated regularly, and vaccination centers and hospitals should be kept in full strength. So there's this one important point where it is mentioned that the vaccination centers in all the hospitals should be kept in full strength. So it is also mentioned that vaccination of UG, PG medical students and paramedical and nursing students should be taken up vigorously. So the Tamil Nadu Directorate of Health Education, they have released a set of guidelines where they've told that all the hospitals and colleges, they should be medical colleges, they should be ready with all the preparations that will be needed if the cases are surging further. So for the past few days, for the past couple of days, the total number of COVID positive cases in Tamil Nadu has been on a rise. For example, day before yesterday, the total positive cases were at 31, but yesterday it came up to 39, and today we are waiting for the further details in the evening. So in the backdrop of all this, the Tamil Nadu Health Secretary has told that rupees 500 fine would be collected if someone is found not wearing a mask in public place. Most of the public, when we see in streets and roads, they don't seem to wear a mask here in Tamil Nadu because, for the past few months, the cases were continuously reducing, and people, they seem to got away from the protocols, from following the protocols, and now the Health Ministry has been advising people to follow the protocols very strictly.
Absolutely, Dharani. In fact, stay on with us. We need your inputs on this next story, which is again coming from the state of Tamil Nadu, as 30 students have tested positive for COVID-19 in IIT Madras. Now, among the 30 cases, 18 students, in fact, tested positive today itself. 12 cases were reported earlier, and 666 samples have been taken from the campus so far for testing. Tamil Nadu Health Secretary has said that all the students who have tested positive were double vaccinated, and they have now been isolated on the campus itself. Dharani continues to be with me. Dharani, this is a big update that is coming from IIT Madras. 30 students in all have, tested positive for COVID-19 despite being doubly vaccinated. Again, this particular piece of information is actually underlining the fact and the need for a booster shot, because after 6 months, the antibodies also tend to reduce from our system. So what are the steps that, the IIT campus is really taking so that this further spread of the virus is curbed, and also what is the word that is coming in from the Health Ministry?
IIT campus yesterday, on following that 666 samples were given for testing yesterday, and when the results of those samples came today, it is found that 18 more people have tested positive, and the total has come to 30 now. So a total of 30 students have tested positive for COVID at the Chennai IIT campus. On following this only, the Health Secretary has put down a rule telling that rupees 500 fine would be collected from those who are not wearing a mask in public places. And we are hearing from the health department that around 200 samples are to be sent from the IIT campus for testing today, and the results of those 200 samples will be found out by tomorrow or day after tomorrow. Meanwhile, Health Secretary Radhakrishnan, he visited the IIT campus twice yesterday and today morning once. So he has visited the IIT campus thrice, and he has instructed the management to step up the preventive measures. He has told that no student should be found inside the campus without wearing a mask, and he has told the management to place sanitizers everywhere around the campus, inside classrooms, corridors, and washrooms and all. So basically everywhere inside the campus, sanitizers ought to be kept. And apart from that, he has also instructed that students should not be allowed to sit in groups when they go to classes and when they go to dining in hostels and all. You see, most of these 30 students who tested positive, they are from hostels. They are hostel students. And when it comes to hostel life in IIT, there are several blocks where students reside. So the health secretary has also instructed the management to sanitize all the hostel blocks and to advise students to stay safe as much as possible. So we are expecting 2,000 samples to be sent for testing from the IIT campus today, and we will be knowing the results of those samples by tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon most probably, and we will come to know if there is any further search.
Right, Dharini, thank you so much for joining us with all those details there.